Well, what a day, MJ fam and Tilray fam. It's Wednesday, April 3rd. Hope you're doing awesome. It was a great day and green day in the markets today. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. Your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the absolute best MJ community on the planet. As I mentioned, it's April 3rd. And in this video, we're going to be discussing Tilray brands less than, about 10%. I think it was like a slightly over 10% actually away from confirming monthly uptrend. But after hours, we're gunning. We're sitting at $3.10 USD here post market. And at this point, it's probably about 10, if not a little under 10% away from confirming that monthly uptrend. And we know that there was a ton of names in the space. MSOS ETF did so for the first time in history. Tons of US names were doing it first. And then one by one, we've been seeing Canadian names do it as well. We saw Nova MJ, then recently Cron and VFF. Today, High Tide and SNDL confirmed it. As I mentioned, that was more than likely going to be the order. And then next we can expect Tilray. And then after that, more than likely Organogram, and then CGC and ACB. So Canopy and Aurora will come after Tilray. And that's what I've been saying for many weeks now. And that's exactly what's happening. And today, High Tide and SNDL did it. But we're going to take a look at the daily bull flag as well. That was met on Tilray, and we're going to do some technical analysis. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the price action in the days, weeks, months ahead. As always, though, it's not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say. And before we get to it, you can smash the like, help support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Also, you can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And actually, Moo Canada tagged me in one of my videos. They shared it on all of their socials today, which I thought was pretty cool. So thank you. Shout out to Moo for that. Love their platform. Also executed a trade today on Moo and locked in almost 90% profit on an SNDL trade. And it's been it's been a roller coaster of a few years, but we're finally starting to see signs of life, and this is looking great. Also, as a celebration to 420 coming up, Germany going legal. Florida adult use on the ballot for 2024 doing a giveaway. So one annual membership, gold membership to the Pow Group private chat community. That's valued at $150. And the giveaway will take place on Saturday, April 20th. So 420, I'll go live and do a random comment picker. All you have to do, go to the channel, click on community, and it's right here. Just click on read more or click on that link. It'll take you to my interview here with Nevis Brand CEO, John Keeber. And just drop a comment there. We've got 45 comments, so good luck to the winner. As I mentioned in a prior video, it went a little bit longer though because it was a live stream, but I highly encourage you to check out that video. Even if you just watch the first half, I give all my thoughts and opinions on their earnings upcoming on April 9th. But as a reminder, Tilray will announce third quarter 2024 financial results on April 9th in the morning, and then the webcast will be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So you bet your bottom dollar I'll be covering that as well. I do have a daughter that we just welcomed into the world a couple months ago, so it's definitely been hectic, but we'll see. Hopefully I get some sleep that night and I can join the live stream. That's very early on the East Coast here, on the West Coast compared to the East Coast. That's 6:30 a.m. Mountain time. So I'll do my best to join on that. If not, I'll definitely be watching the replay and I'll give everybody an update. I'll do a review on their earnings as well. But as a reminder, we're expecting 199.43 million USD for revenue estimates, and that's pretty much in line with everything Moo and investing.com, TradingView, all saying around the same. If we take a look at Tilray here on TradingView, again, 198.44. So the consensus is around 199 million USD for revenue, and they're forecasting a slight loss from operations at negative 0.05 EPS or earnings per share. And that's pretty much standard across the board as well. So same thing here on TradingView, and slightly lower than that on Moo platform. But that's what we can be looking out for. Let me know in the comments below if you think they're going to miss or beat. I think there's a good chance they come in and they actually beat this quarter. So we'll go through the chart here. We'll go over some technical analysis. We are about, after hours here, we did hit 310. So we're less than 10% away from confirming a monthly uptrend. And this is why technical analysis matters so much. It's not the end all be all. And if you're investing, if you're dollar cost averaging like me and you're investing for the long term, you're not really paying too much attention to the day-to-day price action, but it is nice to know. And like I said, I recently locked in a 90% trade on SNDL off of the bottom. SNDL had a daily bull flag as well. And look how it's actually hitting it after hours, 265. And I mentioned I did a video on this yesterday, 268. So there was daily bull flags everywhere. There was one on MSOS ETF as well. If we just bring up MSOS ETF, you can see there was a daily bull flag as well, and it came within 7%. So when there's daily bull flags galore everywhere, and then there's one on Tilray as well, that increases the odds that it's going to see that follow through, right? And maybe even overshoot based on how many names are seeing daily bull flags. But we also had a bear flag here back in January to start the year, and you can see here the measured move was about 152, and we hit a low there at 161. So we came very, very close, right? That's why technical analysis matters, and then you can queue up some buy orders. If you're looking at dollar cost average, we broke out of this pennant, saw tons of upside, but then a bear flag hit that target pretty much to a T. We came within 2.5%. And then we had an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here on the daily time frame. And then if we just zoom in here on the bull flag that I was showing, it closed right at the high of the day, so it's not surprising to see us up after hours here. But we had our low, EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well, which added more confluence to the fact that we could see this bullish continuation pattern and bull flag play out. So we had our low, our high of the bounce, a higher low here at 207. As long as 208, 207 held, then it was a daily bull flag, right? Because that 0.32 fib, that 38% retracement is still healthy, right? Still quite a bit of a pullback from the high to the low there. It was down about 11, 12%, but ultimately still a relatively healthy correction and bull flag. Then once we broke the high there at 237, that confirmed it. And you just take your measured move from the low to the high, move it out to your 0.382 fib. And it says we were targeting 285. Where did we close today? You guessed it, 285. Now we're up after hours, overshooting that. So at this point, daily bear flag was completed, then daily bull flag. So to perfection. Anybody who tells you that technical analysis doesn't work, they don't know their you-know-what from their you-know-what. But try not to say any cuss words on this channel. But yeah, you get the cut of my jib, right? Like everybody thinks that technical analysis is just hocus pocus, but it's not about guarantees, right? It's about probabilities. So if you're looking at a certain direction, if 8 out of 10 indicators that we follow are bullish, well, we're going to be bullish. And if they're all saying, $3 is in the cards, well, then we're going to expect $3. But if the bear flags and daily EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, death cross on the daily time frame as well, if all those are happening, then okay, we're probably going to expect 150, 160. That's what we got. Now everything's pointing to the upside, and that's what we got, right? So it's all about confluence and looking at different signals, patterns, indicators, and trying to find the most likely scenario. And right now, we are so close from confirming a monthly uptrend. It's not even funny. We just zoom out to the monthly chart and zoom in and expand this here. We'll show you exactly what we're looking at. And we're also gearing up for a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross and trending back to EMA 26, which a lot of names are starting to do. And the EMA 26 is at $4.83 USD. So if you take a look at SNDL is very close. It's only about 23% away. And then if we take a look, high tide is actually above its EMA 26 and seeing an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross for the first time in history. So if Tilray were to do something like that and get above its EMA 26, we'd be at $5, right? This stock should easily be at $5, maybe even $10, for more, fair value. But yeah, $1, $2, $3 even, not doing it justice, right? We know Tilray is worth way more than that. And again, if we just do something like a high tide, that'd put us somewhere around $5.50. But you can see here on the monthly time frame, it's all about 340 resistance. So we have our low, high the bounce, higher low, and we're looking at a higher high. So we need to break 340 to get the higher high. So right now we're at we hit 310 after hours. So we just need to break 340, monthly uptrend confirmed, and then we have a lack of price action resistance until 512 and EMA 26 there at 483. Also, MACD and stochastic blasting off, going into space, absolutely parabolic at the moment. Tons of volume, way above the 10-week moving average. We're getting above the 100 weekly moving averages as well, which hasn't happened since the highs of February 2021. So this is the first time that we've got over the 100 weekly moving average since the highs there at $67 in February 2021. So it's looking like we're gearing up for a back test and retest of the 200 weekly, which would put us at around $7.08 over the next few months, in my opinion. And again, if you're only looking at Tilray, you got tunnel vision, you're not getting the full picture. You got to look at look at Green Thumb, the leader in the US. Well, it came within $1 of its 200 weekly, and you're like, oh, I don't care about Green Thumb. I care about Tilray, the best company in the world, the MJ company in the world. I wouldn't disagree. I think it is the best MJ company in the world, and will be, top 3, if not the top MJ company globally. But we have to look at what other leaders in the space are doing, and it gives us clues. So, okay, tons of names are starting to trend back. Oh, well, that's just GTBIF, right? No other names. Surely no other names can be trending back there. Oh, look, Truly came within a few dollars, very close to it as well, right? What's some other names in the U.S.? I don't think MSOS has it defined yet, but it was well above its 100. So again, if all the names in the U.S. and most names in Canada, right, high tide, getting very close to its 200 weekly. Take a look at SNDL, above its 100 now, getting close to its 200 weekly. So why wouldn't Tilray, one of the leaders in the space, do it? And that would put us around that $7 mark, right? So this is looking fantastic. And we're gearing up for another golden cross with the 50-day moving average below the 200-day moving average and crossing. So I get a ton of people as well saying, why is Tilray not moving as much as some other names? And then I said, I made it move 20% today. Are you happy now? Like, no, it's just a joke. Like, obviously, I didn't make the stock move. I didn't make any of these stocks move. It's just, the market figures out value and deals, and if something's undervalued or overvalued, and there's leaders and laggards, right? The sector moves together, but not down to the day or the week or the second or the minute. But when in doubt, zoom out. So if you're thinking, why is Tilray not up as much as CGC, and CGC's garbage, or ACB's garbage, right? Aurora's garbage. Not saying I think they're garbage, which I don't own it, but I never would. But just say hypothetically, you're like, oh, CGC or ACB are garbage. Why isn't Tilray running as much as them? Well, it's all relative, and CGC's down way more, right, from its February 2021 high, and over the last few months, it's been dropping to lower lows on the monthly time frame, whereas Tilray's been holding support. So, it's all relative. But when in doubt, zoom out. And again, it's not down to even the week or the day, the second or the minute. It's on the monthly time frame and on the yearly time frame. The charts all look very similar, right? So there's leaders and laggards. Sometimes you see, the US names run. Sometimes you see the Canadian names run when there's big headlines like Florida on the ballot, Germany going legal, right? Excise tax potentially switching here in Canada in a couple weeks once the federal budget comes out on April 16th. All these positive things that are happening when MJ stocks get cool again after a brutal 3-year bear market. Most people just go to the NASDAQ or the Robinhoods of the world, right? And they buy what's available. And what's not available is names on the OTC or, the Canadian exchanges, right? So you can only buy the NASDAQ or the NYSE listed names. I know people in Europe who can only buy NASDAQ. They can't even buy MSOS. Or there's some brokers that are blocking MSOS and some of those other smaller OTC names, right? And some don't offer on the Canadian exchanges. So you're limited, and that's where all the institutional money plays, right? Tilray, one day in March 2023, traded $2.2 billion just on the NASDAQ alone, not factoring in all the other world exchanges. Just on the NASDAQ, $2.2 billion with a B. And then for comparison, that day, TrueLeave only had about $14 or $15 million traded. Okay, so 15 million versus 2.2 billion, right? This is where the big money plays, right? So they're not, those splashy whales aren't playing around with $10 million or $15 million, right, in a day. Who cares? Tilray does that in 5 minutes of trading. So until the U.S. names uplist to the NYSE and the NASDAQ, we're going to continue to see massive upside on these Canadian LPs, even though it's not fundamentally driving them. I see people saying, oh, this Florida news and everything Canadians running. Well, again, it's because they're listed on U.S. major exchanges. It's not that difficult to figure it out, right? But again, not down to the day, the second, the minute. But I mean, realistically, CGC, this move's all coming off the low, right? So we still got another couple of months before we confirm a monthly uptrend, whereas Tilray could do so realistically tomorrow, right? So Tilray's days away and CGC's months away from confirming a monthly uptrend. So it's all relative. And again, CGC over the from September to the low of last month, it was down 86%. Okay, so let's go to Tilray. So for all the people that are all, hurt that it's not running as much, well, from September to the low, we were only down 53%. Why might CGC have run more over the last few weeks? Probably because it was down 86% from September, and Tilray was only down 50%, right? On roughly. So no wonder it's up 300% in a few weeks, because it was down 86% in a few months, right? So it's all relative. And this is why technical analysis is so important, right? It keeps your emotions in check. Leave it at the door. And here CGC is up over $11 after hours, right? No one thought that was possible. But again, we've been talking about this for months on the channel. And if you haven't joined POW Group, consider joining our fantastic community, which is there's I think close to 50 people now, 40 people. And we literally have, this is what we talk about all day in, day out in Market MJ channel, right? We have crypto, we have news channels as well. So there's tons. This is literally all I do every day is help people and give consultation, not financial advice. But, this is what I do day in, day out. And I see tons of people sending me direct messages and comments on the video. I wish I could respond to everybody. I just simply don't have the time. I got another Airbnb property. I got the keys today to another condo, my second Airbnb short-term rental. And I have a daughter that's just over 2 months old now. So, 100% of my time, pretty much, I'd say 90%, if not close to 100, is in that private chat community, right? I can't be everything to everybody. And if you want the best of me and what I have to offer, that's the best way to get it for $10 a month or whatever, right? And or $100 a year, right? And then there's also 40 other members in there that have all their strengths as well, at different strengths, right? We all complement each other, and the more eyes on the market, the better. But there's tons of communities out there. You don't have to join ours, but ours is definitely the best MJ community in the world. So why not join the best one in the world, right? Everything to gain and nothing to lose. All right. Looking like we could confirm a monthly uptrend this week on Tilray. Like I said, we were expecting SNDL and High Tide to be the next to do so. They did today. And next on deck is Tilray, in my opinion, then OGI, then probably Canopy and Aurora after that. Multiple months away before we see those confirmed monthly uptrends, though. So let me know what you think of this comment section in the comment section below. Do you think we're going to confirm a monthly uptrend as soon as tomorrow? But this week, I think, is very possible. And let me know your thoughts on the upcoming earnings. Do you think they're going to beat or miss in terms of those analyst estimates at 199 million USD and negative 0.05 EPS? All right, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. We'll see you on the next video. Let's continue the gain train. Talk to you soon.